Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, I'm jumping on the latte trend, which I thought I had filmed for YouTube, but I had only done it for my TikTok channel. Now, originally I used the bronze palette for it over on the old Tiki Talkie, but I thought I would use the Tartlet Toasted today. This is probably going to end up being a long video, so you might want to grab a drink, all that jazz. I look like crap because that's how I feel. I'm going to use my most favourite thing I think I've ever bought in a long time. This is the Too Faced Prime Set Refresh Hangover X 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray, and it's amazing. And it smells like coconuts and it's just a delight. So that's prepped the face. I love to push it in. It smells absolutely divine. I think we're going to start with the eyes. I don't normally prep my eyes or anything because I've got quite dry eyes. But I'm going to take the BAM little pot concealer and a little tiny brush, if I can find the brush that I am looking for. Hold on. Take my little pot holders. I got them from Shein. They're cool, aren't they? Okay, but let's just stick you over there. I need to have more space. So I'm just going to take this on a little flat brush, and I'm actually going to use the mirror from this palette rather than using. And I'm just going to use this. Just as like a little sticky base, I suppose. Oh, nearly went straight into the palette there. See, I'm just so used to not using eye primers and things. I do have one of the P. Louise bases. Like I've got the one that's practically white that another YouTuber, Kate, sent me when she was having a clear out, but I always forget to use it. I used to have the primer potion by Urban Decay, and that is fabulous. I'm going to say fabulous because fabulous and fantastic come at the same time. Yeah, I've got this one here by P. Louise. It's the Rumour 0.5, but I just never think to use it. Okay, so the reason I thought I would use this palette is, one, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's got all the tones. So basically the latte trend, we've now jumped from the latte trend to the strawberry girl makeup, which I have done over on my TikTok, and I'm not going to bother doing here, I don't think. I briefly did show you it here because then I jumped into another video, but that footage has gone. So I must have deleted it or something, I don't know. But basically it's trendy. My boyfriend hates that. But essentially it is a brownish bronzy eye. Some people have done it all matte, some people have added a little bit of shimmer. When I did it over on my TikTok, I did a tiniest bit of shimmer. So we're just going to go with it, really. This is one of my favourite brushes. It came in a set. You know how Tarte, I don't know if it's twice a year they do it. They do this where you pay, I think it was £75, and you can pick like all your categories. Well, it came with that, I believe. Right, so I'm just going to go over it with this shade first, called S'mores, just over the top of this colour. As I say, I thought I would do my eyes first. I might end up going off and coming back so that I don't make the video too long, but you never know. It's quite a dark concealer, actually. So, okay, so the first shade I'm going to go into, oh, wouldn't you believe this shade here is actually called Latte, but we won't jump into that one first. I'm going to go into the shade Cashmere first, this one. I didn't even think of that it had the shade that, but I'm just wanting to, again, I'm just taking Cashmere and I'm just putting it. I love this palette so much. I had the original Tarteist palette that was, you know, the purple one, and then my partner got me this a good few Christmases ago. I mean, my father was still alive, so it's 2018 my father passed. 19, 20, 21. So it's going to be 5 years this year. And I know you're supposed to have thrown palettes out, but this is perfectly fine and it works well. And I'm not going to get rid of it just for the sake of what it says. The smell of it, the smell of Tarte palettes just reminds me of mini eggs, which are one of my favourite chocolates. Particularly at Easter, I love mini eggs. So this is just to give it a bit of something. Now I get eczema on my eyes and stuff, and they are really, can be really quite bad. I haven't touched my eyebrows, as you can see. We've got rogue hairs everywhere because every time I pluck them myself, I end up taking too much. So I've just been leaving them, hoping that I'll actually be able to get to someone and maybe get them waxed or something. But I'm probably going to have to end up doing it myself, haven't I? So, okay, well, since we've got the shade here, can you see that it's called Latte? I don't know if you can, but I'll swatch it for you on my hand. So that's the shade Latte. So I'm basically just going to take that all over my lid because it would be a crime not to take that shade, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to lightly apply it though. But yeah, I was watching, do you know the makeup artist? If you don't, where have you been? Bryony Blake. She does a lot for This Morning. She does the makeup for Britain's Got Talent. She did it for X Factor. She does it for Strictly Come Dancing. She is brilliant. And every single Friday on her Instagram, she does a Feel Good Friday look. And she was basically saying, her sister, that's what I'm getting to, her sister Poppy, you know, does like Instagram makeup looks. She's not a makeup artist, Poppy. And as she was saying, basically they love to stick the word trend on stuff. But realistically, this is just a look that a lot of people do generally anyway. Because she was saying herself that this is the kind of look that she's been doing for years. Just all of a sudden it's become, you know, super, super trendy. I'm kind of regretting putting on the concealer because it's just too dark, because I think this Latte shade would have come out a lot nicer. I'm going to step away from that brush just now, and I'm going to take this Zoeva brush. It's rubbed off what it is, and I'm going to go back into the shade S'mores, which is just like the light shade, and I'm going to lightly just dust it over the top here, just to kind of... Oh! Almost dropped the palette. Ah, dearie me. Other people would edit that out, but not me. What you see is what you're getting. Okay. Now, as I say, a lot of people would just leave it like that. I just feel that it's missing something though. So I'm going to take this, it's actually a little paintbrush, and I'm going to wet it. You can either wet the brush, this is probably going to go Pete Tong, you can either wet the brush or you can wet the shadow, and I'm going to go into the shade called Fireside, which is like a deeper, darker brown. And I am just going to use this wee mirror actually, and I'm going to take it and draw on. I was watching Bryony again, and she was kind of explaining how to, if you've got hooded eyes, to draw a line, but to keep looking in at the mirror. Now, whether I can get it to match on the other side is a complete different story. But another makeup artist who I love and watch a lot of when she posts content, hold on till I do this because just give me a minute, folks. It's not too bad. It's not as great as I'd want it to be. is Danielle Roberts, and she hardly ever uses liquid liner and stuff, and she is the queen of wings. She just uses like eyeshadows. Like, she used to work for Urban Decay, and as she said, you know, she just loves wetting, especially with all-nighter setting spray, and doing, you know, like a wee wing. And the good thing is, when you use shadow, it's a lot subtler, and if you make any mistakes, you can go back and fix it easier. And these little paint brushes, this is just from a Snazaroo paint kit that we were actually given in 2020 when I was doing my makeup course at college. But I just find it so difficult to do liner. Sometimes I smash it, other times it just goes so wrong. So, as Bryony said as well in the video that I was watching last night, it is practice though. But definitely with liquid liner, I find it so very difficult to do, which is why a lot of the time I do not bother. And I blink all the time, like I'm constantly, my eyes are constantly blinking. I see people doing it, they're not even blinking. But she was saying to look into the mirror and keep your eyes open when you're doing it, which I also find pretty difficult. But if I'm honest with you, I would like the wing to be more out or what have you. The other thing she said that's good with it is that obviously you can manipulate it a bit more as well. So I'm going to leave it like that for the wing. I think I'm going to take this tiny bit of shimmer in the shade Candle and just add it a little bit on. I don't think that's really made much difference, is it? I just want to add it right into the middle there. Okay, let me just step away from the eyes at the moment. Get that pot back over there out my way. It's getting too warm. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some concealer. I'm actually going to take my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade number 10. And I'm going to put a bit of it here, and then I'm going to put a bit of it there. You can also take it nearer to the wing that you've done if you feel that you just want to fix it. I'm going to take this tiny little sponge, and again, where did I put the spray? Just going to take a setting spray just to wet it a bit because I'm too lazy to go up and go to the bathroom. And I'm just going to put my concealer on before I even put any foundation on. And again, you can go right in to the wing, just here, and just sharpen it up. And this is a serum no, it's not a serum concealer. I was going to use the NYX serum concealer, which is why. But again, you can just manipulate it that bit more as well. And just clean it up a wee bit. I mean, as I say, they're not perfect, the wings, but they're not the worst that I've ever done. Oh my goodness, I got that spray everywhere. Okay, I'm going to go off, do the rest of my skin and that, and I'll come back. Okay guys, I am back and I have put on the rest of my makeup. So this is my take on the Latte makeup trend. Don't know what that bit of hair is doing. And yeah, what do you think? I quite like it. I'm actually quite happy with how my wings turned out. Obviously they decided to like me today. But yes, as I say, I used the Tartelette Toasted palette. The thing is, when it comes to the Latte makeup look, probably any palette that any of you own is going to have some matte and neutral brown tones in it. As I said earlier in the video, they say it's a trend, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's just a brown smoky eye essentially. But yes, if you have the Tarte Toasted palette though, it does have a shade here called Latte, so that is perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, click the bell to be notified of when I next upload, and I will see you next time. Bye!